Okay, good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, class. So, शुरू कर लें सर. Okay, good afternoon, class. So, I am Bongo ma'am. I'll be taking your general science class. So, general science. In general science, we have three sections. These are biology, chemistry, and physics. So today we will begin with biology. Okay. So in biology, the first portion is to study about different founding fathers of the biology. So we will see those notes are not included here, but it will be covered in your PDF. So first we'll see fathers of biology. So father of biology, we all know it's Aristotle. Okay. And then father of botany. Father of botany is Theocritus. Okay. And then father of zoology is Aristotle. Okay. And then father of genes, father of genetics, is Morgan. Okay. So there are father of immunology also, Edward Jenner, and father of Ayurveda Chakra, this, and father of antibiotics, Alexander Fleming, virology, Stanley, father of evolutionary, Charles Darwin, father of blood group, Carl Landsteiner, father of DNA printing, Alex Joffrey, father of Indian DNA printing, Lalji Singh. So these are some of the different fathers of the biology, which will be given to you in the PDF form. Okay. So basically, my topic here, I'll be beginning from nutrition, food and nutrition. Food and nutrition. Okay. So basically, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the process of taking food and converting it into energy and other vital nutrients required for life. Basically, life means, so basically, life means life process, all the life process. So life process में बहुत सा process included है, just like for example your respiration first, and then your digestion, and then your assimilation, and excretion, reproduction. Okay. So these are all the life process. For example, respiration, digestion, assimilation, excretion, reproduction, all this life process requires energy, and these energy are obtained through your nutritions. Okay. So in nutrition, the substance which provide us nutritions are known as nutrients. And nutrients are the substance which helps in performing the basic functions of a body. So basically nutrients, there are of two types. One is your macronutrients and another is your micronutrients. Macro, the word macro means which are required in large quantities. Okay? And micro means which are required in very less quantities. So macronutrients में there are three. These are carbohydrate, protein and lipids. Carbohydrate, protein and lipids. Carbohydrates, protein and lipids. And in micronutrients, okay, let's see first carbohydrate. What are carbohydrates? So basically carbohydrate, these are energy giving food. Let's see first about carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, these are energy giving foods. Okay, mostly these foods are sweet in nature. Okay. So this food includes your basic component. This basic, 8 minutes. Its basic component is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And its basic ratios are 1:2:1. Okay. So my handwriting is not that up to good, but I think it's readable. So carbohydrate, this best example of carbohydrate in our body is glucose. This is the basic unit of carbohydrate. So excessive glucose in human being gets stored in the form of glycogen. In animals, excessive glucose means carbohydrate, and excessive glucose in plants gets stored up as starch. Okay. So basically these foods are all energy giving food. Now carbohydrates are of three categories. One is monosaccharide. Okay, monosaccharide are known as simple sugar. Simple sugar. Okay, इसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल होगा आपका ग्लूकोज, यानी कि C6H12O6. Okay, these are simple sugar. ठीक है. दूसरा, this is just a pointer for you, pointer for your notes. D-fructose. D-fructose is considered as the sweetest sugar. D-fructose is considered as the sweetest sugar. Okay, so D-fructose, this is considered as the sweetest sugar which is present in your honeybee, even in your sugar cane. These are the sugar which are present in sugar cane, honey, and it makes them sweet. Okay, so next is your disaccharide. First is your monosaccharide, second is your disaccharide. This is second carbohydrate. Okay, disaccharide. Disaccharide means these are those hydrocarbon chain which have more than 6 and less than 10. Okay, so 6 to 10 carbon 10 chain hydrocarbons. These are your carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates, they are, for example, these examples are like your sucrose. Sucrose is also known as inverted sugar. Sucrose is also known as inverted sugar. Now, why is sucrose known as inverted sugar? This is one of the questions which might be asked in most of the civil service, for example. Sucrose is also known as inverted sugar because okay, we'll see. Sucrose, inverted sugar. Sucrose on hydrolysis means whenever it breaks down, hydrolysis, it gives fructose and glucose. Okay, these fructose and glucose, these are actually isomeric structures of the sugar. They are known as isomeric structures of the sugar. So sucrose, whenever it breaks down, it forms fructose and glucose. Okay, so you can, for your understanding, you can write it like isomerase. Okay, so just different in structure. Next is number 3 carbohydrate is number 3 carbohydrate is your polysaccharide. Polysaccharide means these are hydrocarbons having more than 10 carbon chain. Okay, इसका best examples are your cellulose. Those are present in your cell wall of the plants. So these are polysaccharide. They act as roughage, helps in digestion, roughage. Okay, next when we see about carbohydrate, so basically carbohydrate, we have seen about carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is made up of, they are of 3 classes. These are monosaccharide, disaccharide and polysaccharide, and we have seen their examples also. So let's see disease, what are the disease related to carbohydrate? Disease related to carbohydrate. Okay. The most important disease related to carbohydrate are number 1, obesity. Obesity, basically this is a diet related disease which occurs due to taking of excessive sugar, where your basal metabolic index, BMI of your body, becomes more. Okay, as a result it leads to various kinds of diseases like heart stroke, diabetic, thyroidism. Okay, next is diabetic mellitus. Diabetic mellitus is also disease which is basically related to taking excessive of carbohydrate food. And there is another type of diabetic which may be genetic too, that we will see in genetic related disease. So basically this diabetic mellitus, it is related to diet disease. It's a basically diet related disease. And these disease mostly occurs because of our lifestyle. And number 3, dental caries. Taking too much of sugar related food, sugar related drink leads to dental caries in human being. These dental caries, they are generally not age related. Nowadays, from from small kids to the aged people, everyone faces this problem. So basically it occurs because of the change in the pH of your mouth, which mostly occurs due to taking excessive sugar related food, which is a carbohydrate food. So you can see here, taking of limited amount of carbohydrate food with wholesome grain food is the best diet for our health. So my next topic is now protein. Next is protein. protein. So protein, these are considered as body building nutrients. Okay. Okay. So they are known as proteins in our body. They are basically known as amino acids. And its basic constitution is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. These are mainly body building nutrients of our body, and their basic constituent is amino acid, and they are made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. They are considered as the building block of cells. Okay. And also they are responsible for performing many biochemical processes in our body. So some of the biochemical process of the protein we can see, they are the main constituent of forming enzymes in our body. Okay. So they are basically responsible for forming of enzymes. We all know what is enzymes. Enzymes are considered as biocatalysts of our body. All the functions, all the physiological functions, it occurs with the help of catalysts. Catalysts, they increase the rate of reaction. So enzymes, these are basically made up of proteins. Second, antibiotics, yani ki antibodies. Antibodies of our body is also made up of proteins like your immunoglobulin proteins, okay, your thrombin proteins, okay, your globular proteins. These are all basically all proteins made up of protein, antibiotics. Besides this, structural components. Okay. For example, your growth proteins, growth hormones, transition signals, these are also all made up of proteins. And for example, your transport and storage proteins. Okay, for storage also these are your proteins. These are binding proteins. Okay, so basically proteins, they are of two categories: animal protein and plant proteins. Okay, there are two types of protein. One is animal protein and another is plant-based protein. So protein, for a human being, we need around 100 grams of protein daily. Okay, and some of the animal proteins includes like your chicken breast. Okay, these are some of the example I have given in the notes. Chicken breast, salmon, beef, egg, these are some of the protein. And plant-based proteins are chicken peas. Okay, plant-based protein. Plant-based proteins are your lentils, chicken beans, black beans, almonds. These are some of the examples which is given in the note. You can cross-verify. Okay. So proteins are of two types. One is your globular protein and another is your fibrous protein. Okay. So globular protein means obviously it's based on their shape, global shape. Okay. And fibrous means it's just like thread like fibrous. So globular protein, these are proteins which are water soluble. These are water soluble proteins, and these are primarily fat soluble proteins. Okay, fat soluble proteins. So these proteins are responsible for your making your enzymes, your hormones, and these are generally structural proteins. These fibrous proteins are known as structural proteins. These proteins are responsible for the formation of your collagen, okay, your elastin, skin se jitna bhi protein hai, they are responsible for this. And some of their examples like globular proteins, example like hemoglobin are given, and insulin, and fibrous protein examples are collagen, actin, myosin, muscle proteins, and all structural proteins. So next, let's see lipids. Next is lipids. Lipids means fats. Lipid means fats. These are generally, they have low solubility to water. And most of the fats, yani ki lipids, they are in the form of fatty acid and glycerol in our body. And these fats, yani lipid, their main purpose in the body is for energy storage, as well as for making of cellular membrane. Okay, so if we see in the further class, when we'll see the physiology of digestion of the lipids, we will find lipids are the only food that get digested in small intestine. Okay, their digestion begins in small intestine and ends in small intestine. Okay, so some of the examples of the fat lipids we can give, like phospholipids, okay, which are generally responsible for making the outer layer of the cell. Okay, so these are some of the examples. So basically in micronutrients, it consists of carbohydrate, protein, and lipid, and we have seen that, and the notes are given to you. So next we will see micronutrients. Micronutrients. Next is micronutrients. So basically in micronutrients, we have your vitamins and minerals. Okay. So in vitamins, okay. So in vitamins, we can see here vitamins. Vitamins are of two types. One is vitamins. They are of two types. First is water soluble vitamins, and another is fat soluble vitamins. Okay. So water soluble vitamins, these are your vitamin C. Water soluble vitamins are your vitamin B. These are vitamin B and vitamin C. And fat soluble vitamins are your vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Okay. So let's see about, first we'll see water soluble vitamins. Now see, water soluble vitamins means obviously they are easily soluble in the water. Okay. So water soluble vitamins, सबसे पहले let's see here are the some of the water soluble vitamins. First is vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 is known as thiamine, which helps to convert nutrition into energy. Second is vitamin B2 riboflavin. It is necessary for energy production and cell function. And then vitamin B3, which helps in niacin. It's known as supports metabolism and skin health. Then vitamin C, it's known as vitamin 6 is known as pyridoxine. Okay, it helps in anemia, hyperirritability, convulsion, peripheral neuropathy. So these are some of the sources. And vitamin B7 is known as biotin. It is obtained from raw egg whites. Muscle pain, heart pain, it is necessary. Deficiency causes muscle pain, heart pain, anemia, depression. And vitamin B9, folic acid, its sources of food is liver, raw green vegetables, yeast, gut bacteria, and its deficiency cause anemia, especially during pregnancy. Okay, so we know what is anemia. Anemia is generally deficiency of your RBC number. Okay, next is vitamin B12. This is known as cyanocobalamin. So these sources are liver, milk, fish, yeast, and its deficiencies causes anemia, forms of anemia, and mostly combined degenerative of the spinal cord. Okay, so here also, so you can see all these sources of vitamin, all the sources are here, you can see. Okay, and vitamin C. Vitamin C, we can obtain it mostly from C. It is not written here, but you can see here, vitamin C. Vitamin C. So vitamin C, generally we can obtain it from all forms of citrus food. So this is known as citrus vitamin also. Citrus food. Citrus foods means these are food like orange, lemon, lime, tangerine. Okay, and vitamin C, its deficiency is known as scurvy. Scurvy is a form of disease where your wound doesn't get healed quickly. Okay, so vitamin C deficiency is also known as Sailor's disease. Sailor's disease. Okay, so basically the story goes, vitamin C का जो deficiency है, those were mostly found in sailors, those traveling in the sea for months and months. So they started having this deficiency, which lead to their non-healing of their wound. As a result, this was known as Sailor's disease. Okay, so beside this, these are some of the disease you can see. Okay, related to the vitamins. These diseases are known as deficiency disease because these are actually a deficiency, matlab lacking. So that's why we call it as deficiency. With proper diet, we can control this disease. Okay, next, let's see fat soluble vitamins. Okay, so next topic is fat soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are basically, there are 4, that is A, D, E, and K. Okay, so here I have made a chart here, you can see it. Vitamin A, it is known as retinol. Retina, it's related to your eyes, that's why retina. So these rich food sources are fish liver oil, dairy products, liver pot of the chicken, and most leafy vegetables, carrot. Okay, carrot contains then carotene pigment. Carrot, for vitamin A, carrot, it has a pigment, carotene, okay, which is basically it has high source of vitamin A. So the retinol, your vitamin A is necessary for healthy cells and regeneration of rhodopsin cell in the rod cells of the eye. Eye has 2 types of cells. Okay, eye has 2 types of cells. These are a rod cell and cone cells. Cone cell basically helps in color combination, and rod cells helps in intensity of the light. So basically formation of the rod cell, yani ki rhodopsin, it's derived from vitamin A. Okay, so its deficiency, it causes dry skin, night blindness. Okay, night blindness disease, which also is known as niclophobia. Next is D, vitamin D, calciferol. So its rich sources are fish oil, egg yolk, butter. It can also be made by sunlight. Okay, So generally this is also vitamin D, is also known as sunlight vitamin. Okay, vitamin D is also known as sunlight vitamin. Okay, sunlight vitamin, that is your vitamin D. Okay, so sunlight में ये कैसे convert होता है? So when you take your sunlight, okay, when sunlight falls on your skin में there are cholesterol present. Okay, those cholesterol breaks down to form, give out vitamin D. So this is the process. Okay, so next it helps in absorption of calcium from intestine, necessary for the formation of normal bone and absorption of phosphate from the urine. So the vitamin D generally helps in this function, and is deficiency called rickets in children. Ricket means it's a soft bone where bone get easily broken, and osteomyelitis. Generally osteomyelitis, if you can see this one, osteomyelitis, okay. This osteomyelitis is a disease which is more prone to female, more prone to female. Okay, this is basically a female related disease. It does, okay, it occurs to male also, but mostly to female, because female already have vitamin D deficiency, because they have many other physiological processes like childbirth, menstruation, okay, monthly bleeding, menstruation. So these leads to deficiency in their vitamin D. So they need to put vitamin D in their diet. More is necessary for them, because female has a menstruation cycle, monthly period, they undergo through pregnancy, okay, they undergo through childbirth. So such physiological process automatically leads to decrease in their vitamin D, and therefore most of the females are prone to osteomyelitis, yani ki they have deficiency of vitamin D in their bone. So they are required to put this such kind of foods and as well as sunlight in their daily diet. Next is vitamin E. Vitamin E is known as fertility hormone. Sorry, fertility vitamins. Okay, you can see here vitamin E. Okay, vitamin E known as tocopherol. This is also known as fertility vitamins. These vitamins are generally deficiency of these leads to sterility. Okay, so rich food sources of vitamin E is vegetable oils, cereal products, and many products like, for example, it's not given here, like in yam. Okay, yam, colocasia, yam. Okay, colocasia is a rich source of tocopherol. So there are some in South Africa, there are particular one tribe. Okay, I don't know. Okay, there is a particular tribe which basic food is yam, and therefore high rate of twins it's present in their population. Okay, it's basically because of their yam. Yam is a vitamin E food, high rich of vitamin E, and maybe that might be reason for increasing their fertility. And mostly twins are being delivered in those population in that particular community. Okay, so its deficiency also cause mild anemia and sterility. Okay, so इसीलिए इसी को हम that's why we call tocopherol as fertility vitamins. Next, okay. So next is last vitamin known as vitamin K, phyloquinone. Vitamin K. These rich sources of vitamin K are fresh and dark green vegetables, and these are also made by your gut bacteria. Vitamin K, okay, vitamin K is basically made in your large intestine. Okay, large intestine में There are E. coli bacteria which are responsible for formation of vitamins K. Okay, vitamin K is the only vitamin which are synthesized inside your body. Beside that, these vitamin, their important function is it helps in formation of prothrombin. Prothrombin is a protein. Prothrombin, this is a protein which is responsible for your blood clotting. Blood clotting. Okay, prothrombin. So deficiency of this leads to delay in blood clotting, and many occur newborn babies. Okay, so mostly vitamin K. Sometimes in we have seen, you will see in further class, genetic related disease. In genetic related disease, vitamin K deficiency, okay, known as hemophilia. Hemophilia is a disease where your blood does not clot, and it occurs because your blood fails to make prothrombin, and these prothrombins are arise from actually gene. Gene is responsible for making this protein prothrombin. Okay, so in hemophilia, the person does not have this particular gene to form prothrombin, and as a result, that person's blood doesn't clot. So if you have seen the example, or if you have heard it, best example is King George family. Okay, King George family में जितना भी sons था, they were all hemophilic. They didn't have this clotting system. Prothrombin was absent. And so even a chota sa wound was being very fatal for them. Okay, so okay, sorry. Okay, so let's see the last topic, minerals. Minerals are, these are elements which are required in traces amount, but they are required in traces amount. But though in traces amount, they are still required, highly required for following all the biophysiological process. They are necessary for all the biophysiological process in our body, like for example, digestion, excretion, respiration, and even reproduction also. So they are required in traces amount. So some of these are calcium, which is necessary for your brain bone, magnesium, and potassium. If you have seen, magnesium, potassium, and sodium, these are some of the minerals which are required for contraction and expansion of your muscles. Okay, in sarcolemma, if you have seen in the muscles, sarcoplasm and sarcolemma, you will find these are basically the basic minerals which are necessary for contraction and expansion of your muscles. Beside that, sodium is necessary for maintaining all the important nerve functions, synaptic nerve functions. Okay, and potassium is necessary for maintaining all the fluid balance. Okay, beside this, iron, everybody knows iron is the basic component of your hemoglobin. Okay, your hemoglobin. The word hemo, it means ferrous. Ferrous means iron. Okay, your Fe. Okay, so basically these elements, though they are necessary in traces amount, but they are very much important and required. So basically your ferrous, your iron, they are the main component which helps in transportation of oxygen and as well as carbon dioxide, yani ki respiration. Next, zinc. Zinc is necessary for performing for your immune system and for wound healing process. Iodine. We all know iodine is very necessary for your thyroid hormone function. Okay, so these are some of the minerals which are required to traces amount, but they are very important. Okay, and next is copper. Most of the copper, if you find, copper acts as biocatalyst. Copper acts as biocatalyst for most of the digestive process. For most of the digestion. Okay, so Basically, today we have seen nutrition, and in nutrition we have seen macronutrients and micronutrients. So in macronutrients we have seen carbohydrate, protein, lipids, okay, their uses we have seen, and in micronutrients we have seen vitamins and minerals. So today's topic includes only this much. Okay, thank you. पता नहीं हम कैसे किए सर बंद कर दिया था ना, बंद कर दिया था